Nation, Sanbonan Bafetu, and welcome back to Football Trends with me, OQB. Now, on today's video, Bafetu, I just want us to look at, some of the big changes that Coach Cedric Kaze might have brought with him, and also we're going to look at Mashonisa Bafetu. But of course, you know the drill. Before we get right into those details, please do make sure you like this video, you subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time seeing Football Trends with QB, don't forget to click a bell notification so that next time when you're posting your video, you get notified. Now, starting off with Mashonisa. If you don't know who Mashonisa is, I will leave a pic here so that you is that same guy who got arrested, during the game, actually after the game of Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns on the culling knockout. Lana Baspakabula corner. So yeah, but according to Mashonisa, he says Coach Nasreddine Nabi is going to get fired because he's not introducing some of the other players, which for me is a bit of shock and a bit of confusing, because we all know that Coach Nasreddine Nabi is still in the building process and he's trying to build something. He's trying to cook. Since I feel Coach Nasreddine Nabi, I can point out a lot of positives in terms of the team. They're playing ball position football, Babambe Nabachita. You can see there's that unity that we needed for the longest time, unlike last season, especially towards the end of the season. We saw how the players were performing, but according to Mashonisa, he believes Coach Nasreddine Nabi is going to get fired because of us. Tina will start throwing items at him, which I don't necessarily believe that is the case, but it pains me to see there are some Kaizer Chiefs supporters who think like that, who has that mentality, because looking at what Kaizer Chiefs is trying to accomplish, yes, bazama ukusletha results, which is something that is not going to happen overnight. We've spoken about the signings of players. A lot of players we wanted to sign, but there were situations from the likes of Kaizer Mayo, Elias Mokwana, Aboma, who's this other guy, Oswin Apollis. You name those players, but you understand the situations. We understand what was going on with this sign some of those players. So for me, to hear a Kaizer Chiefs supporter or a Kaizer Chiefs fan saying Coach Nasreddine Nabi, he will be kicked out of the door. What happened to the support? What happened to the thing Sibabaza, day in and day out saying we need to give Coach Nasreddine Nabi a chance, we need to give him time to build. And Ukumbule, we did not have enough players. According to him, he doesn't have the players that he needs to compete. But so far, you can see what he has introduced and what he's trying to accomplish in terms of the players. And yeah, I'm really akalango Ashley Dupree's where Ashley Dupree's is not a lone striker. He needs to be paired with someone so and so who's a performer. My guy, to be honest, football is it's very different. It's a game of opinions. Obviously, people fana. Coach doesn't see how we see Tina way too, because not his too, and also he sees football in his own way. So for me, I think so far Coach is trying to bring in some of the new style of play into Kaizer Chiefs, the modern style of play, actually, I can say that. But it all depends on the players that he currently have and how he's going to make sure he use them. And one thing I love about Coach Nasreddine Nabi, to be honest, even though we don't see this thing that much, Coach Nabi doesn't give up on players as much as we do. Tina, you see a player making a mistake, one game, two games, second game, we say as in no, it's done with this player as some fun. But Coach believes in his players, believes in his team. He takes his time, as in I need to make sure my players get where they need to be for me to say okay, now the guys are performing very well, they're doing what I need. Because Kumbula, the first game we played, which was a friendly against the Young Africans, we saw Umfana Nkosana Mbutu. He came in, he made a mistake, but later on, Sibonilu coach did not substitute him. He did not blame him. He did not even put pressure on him. He made sure Utumchita performs a bit better, and I give up on him. And then second time we saw Oranga Shivaviro. Yes, Namanje, I'm still furious Bafetu. He missed the penalty on Home of Legends Cup. He missed few chances that could have been converted to good goals. But I'm not gonna judge and give up on the boy just because he made those minor mistakes. he needs people to support him. Yes, I understand he might not be at the level that we need him to be, but we need to support the boys too. What are we doing if Tina, as the fans, we are destroying, the players? What sort of mentality or creation are we bringing, into the field of play? Remember last time, Coach Nasreddine Nabi, again, when Uranga Shivaviro, which I think maybe probably somewhere he shouldn't have done that, because he was fighting with us. You guys said he was fighting with the fans, which is not acceptable. But I remember coach said, Mfanagiti, you're going to score. And what did happen? He did end up scoring. I think Umdu left him that chance to Okora. But now as fans, we always criticize, we always judge, we always do things I think we shouldn't do that much to one of our own. For example, take it to Tebogo Mokoena. Sorry to bring the guy from Mamelodi Sundowns, but look at what happened when I think he was misquoted. According to evidence, they say he was misquoted by Osnetemba from IDSK Times, if I'm not mistaken. But angibonanga mina misquotation. Kodwa, one thing I've loved about the situation was that there was media, I think it's an account from Mamelodi Sundowns where they represent the players and the club on social media. They came out to defend their player. And in terms of my comments, I was not interested on what they had to say because I did not see anything wrong. In terms of my comments, I saw a lot of Sundowns supporters, behind the players, and both the players and the team, not the other way around. So it's something I think we would refer to as, Kaizer Chiefs supporters. We need to give everyone a chance and we need to support them. What are we doing if it's but destroyer in Ngondo? Obviously, sometimes, players can have bad days. Not every day that the player is going to have a good day. I'm sure Nane Makaba Fetu, what you always have bad days sometimes. Not do it every day. When you wake up, it's a good day and you're feeling good all the time. So that is something that I think as supporters we need to make sure it doesn't get to that point. And then quick update Bafetu, it looks like Keegan Dolly and Samir Nakovic, they've found new clubs. Keegan Dolly will be joining TS Galaxy. Actually, he has signed a contract with TS Galaxy. And then also Samir Nakovic has joined finally SuperSport United. And then in Ndabaga Elias Mukwana, if ever people were thinking he was going to be available for selection, I just have to say now they finally fixed the issue, which was the breach of contract Bangafunu Batala. But now it looks like they've resolved their issues and everything is going back according to their plans. So we can forget about Elias Mokwana if ever people thought he was going to come to Naturena. And if all goes well to this transfer window in January, probably we might see Oswin Apollos coming to Naturena, depending on the situation. Obviously, we know what happened the last time. The chairman, what happened, and we repeatedly on that. But anyways, I just hope we can sign Oswin Apollos and bring him home, because we definitely need them. We still need more players. I don't want to lie in terms of that. And then going back to Indabaga coach Cedric Kaze, which is something I assume a lot of you brought you here on today's video. There are big changes that coach Cedric Kaze has brought with him. First things first, being the tactical adjustment. If you can check how the players are performing and how they play, you can see currently we are playing more of a position-based football rather than lento lebesibona ukuthi abosibonga senemthetho. They were passing balls everywhere and anywhere. Singa understand what was going on. Nenene ashaya ibhola liphumile ngaphandle. I did not understand what was happening that time, but now you can see usibonga senemthetho is one of the best players so far, even on both the occasions where he played Home of Legends Cup. I think I'm gonna give him man of the match because definitely Umchita has improved a lot from the Sibonga Senemthetho that we knew and signed from last season. Another thing that coach Cedric Kaze brings to the table is communication, which is very important, because if you look at the coach Nasreddine Nabi, I think he can speak about 2 languages or 3 if I'm not mistaken. And then with coach Cedric Kaze, he speaks multiple languages, which is efficient enough for the players to understand him a bit better than they would with the coach Nasreddine Nabi. Sometimes he might want something like this, and then the interpreter, someone will try, and give them what coach is looking for. But with Cedric Kaze, it's much simpler for the players to understand what he needs and what he wants, in terms of how they are performing, how they are playing, good training, everywhere. This makes it a bonus for coach Cedric Kaze. Another thing which I think is the most important part is coach Cedric Kaze has worked with both Khalil Ben Yusuf and also coach Nasreddine Nabi, so it's a bit easier for him, to just gel in with the information that coach was teaching from that other side, and then they've had successful years with young Africans, which is something that we hope we're going to see with the Kaizer Chiefs and the new players. So for me, I think we are in good hands. We just have to give them time, Buffet, to perfect everything. It's not gonna be easy, and yeah, I definitely wish you coach Nasreddine Nabi a speedy recovery in terms of that surgery and everything. And also, I did not come here to criticize on coach Nasreddine Nabi. I just wanted to show you guys the values and the positives of having a technical team, Buffet. So yeah, I think this is it, Buffet. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Peace.